Hospice. Hello, my name is Mike Briggs, and I'm with Keystone Hospice, coming to you to introduce you some of the leaders in the Treasure Valley and their businesses. I currently work as the Director of Community Relations at Keystone Hospice, where we do hospice care for anyone that lives in Ada, Canyon, Boise, or Gem County. And today with us, we're going to have some great hosts that have done some really great things here in the Treasure Valley for the healthcare community. Today, we want to thank Home Care2Go platform for this and bringing this live programming for the Idaho market, for awareness to our community regarding local and healthcare businesses, resources, and education by experts. You can see us live on Facebook, YouTube, Home Care2Go pages. Follow them on social media and download the app and get notified whenever we go live. If you are interested in having a conversation with us and spotlight your role and your company's offerings, below in the description, there is a link. Just sign up as a speaker or sponsor. Today, we want to touch base with leaders I personally have tremendous respect for and check how they are doing, lessons learned in this pandemic, and plans for the rest of this year. To discuss these topics, we have our wonderful guests here. I would like to bring our guests on the screen, Miss Brandie Thomson and Miss Darcy Jackson. Go ahead, Brandie, and give us a brief description of where you work and a little bit about you.
All right. Thank you, Mike. I'm Brandie Thomson. I have been working in the healthcare field for over 20 years, specifically home health and hospice for the last 8 years. I currently work for Treasure Valley Hospice as a community liaison.
I'm Darcy Jackson, and I am a community liaison and recruitment specialist for Multicare Home Health and Personal Care Services. I have been in the medical field since about 2007, and I have been in hospice for about 10 and a half years, and then stepped away and now work in the home health realm for the last year and a half.
Excellent. So today I'm going to ask you some questions. And the first one I want to ask is, what are some of the lessons that you have learned so far during the pandemic as a marketing leader?
So for me at Treasure Valley Hospice, we've had to think outside the box. We've had to learn new tools when it comes to keeping ourselves relevant on social media, but also, we've created a lot of community partners over the 13 years of us being in business. And that has been a saving grace for us. We support each other, and we know we're all in this together.
I feel that some of the lessons that I've learned is that as human beings, we are very resilient, and I think that we are very adaptable to change. I have found, just like Brandie, I have found like trying to stay relevant and just trying to stay out there. It's made it so that I'm a little bit busier because I feel like I'm thinking more outside the box. And something else that I have found is that being in marketing, we're such social people. And, we're at the time, or at the moment, we're not really able to go into certain places where normally we would. So instead, I really feel that with the phone calls that are being made, emails being made, Zoom meetings, go-to meetings, I feel that there's more bonding because it's become more of an emotional investment with people, not necessarily calling and seeing if we can help plant the seed with any patients per se, but calling to see how they are doing. How are these discharge planners? So what I've learned is that making those phone calls and having those heart-to-heart conversations have really helped bond us together a little bit better.
That's an excellent answer. I love both your answers. So, Darcy, what is your company doing to care for your patients, and how are they executing on strategies towards safety and clinical excellence?
So this is a really great question, and it's been asked several times. There's one key ingredient to having a team that's able to care properly for our patients in the field right now, and that's communication. We have a special COVID-19 HIPAA compliant text message that helps us kind of stay in the loop as to what's going out in the community, going on out in the community. And so we're able to kind of stay on top of who's being tested, what patients are being tested, if there are staff members in a building that have maybe contracted the virus, and just communication is huge. And that's, I think that's what's kind of kept us safe, is being in the loop and communicating.
Great. So, Brandie, what has your company been doing to care for your patients, and how have you guys been executing on strategies towards safety and clinical excellence?
So what we've done at Treasure Valley Hospice is we actually contacted 2 other locally owned hospice companies, and we formed a COVID team. And what that looks like is basically we share staff. So if we have people out because of exposure or symptoms, then we can then contact one of these other 2 agencies and utilize their COVID team. So we have specific staff members on all 3 teams that are a part of this COVID team. And we also are using full PPE when necessary, or directed by facilities, or even our patients in our home settings, because everybody's looking at this differently. So it looks different for everybody. And so we're just respecting those differences when we go in.
That's well said. Last week, I was on a Zoom call with your CEO, Honey Goodman, and she was talking a lot about that. It really makes a difference when we are respecting other people's opinions in regards to COVID and how we provide the care that we provide. So the next question I have for both of you is, all of us have signed up for the Home Care2Go app. What do you think is going to, and how do you think that it's going to simplify the care for Idaho, and why it's a win-win for everybody?
With the world changing and technology coming to the forefront even more so than it has been in the past, we're utilizing our phones and our computers way more than we ever have. And with the younger generation taking care of their grandparents and their parents, they're the ones going straight to their phones, looking for the easiest, quickest resource that they can find. And, we just wanted to be on the forefront of that. There's still room for brochures and paperback resources and whatnot, but we've got to change as the world and technology changes, and we're happy to have found this platform and be a part of it.
In addition to what Brandie has said, I agree. I think we as a society want things right now. We want it quick. And I think that this is a great option for people that might be working in a hospital, especially, that might make a phone call to their person that they usually call and they don't pick up and they're waiting to hear back from them. They can actually pick up their phone and look to see, okay, who's in the specific zip code and what insurances do they take, what kind of services do they provide. Are they locally owned? Are they a corporation? Also, too, it's great for families that live out of state, that if they're not here to be with or near their loved ones, let's say their loved ones can't talk. Well, the family member can, look for those resources to help their loved one. So I think it's a great option to have that just right at your hand and get that information quickly and easily.
Excellent. I really appreciate you guys sharing that. And thanks for sharing what you had to say today. Let's display all the contact information for all of us. And if anybody needs to get in touch with us, they will be able to call us for any questions, or if they have referrals, they can totally reach out to us. Please take a look at the information that's on the screen, and you can get all of our contact information. And if you only get one of us, you could easily get the other ones because we're all connected really well. I want to thank you guys again for all the information that you shared today. I hope our viewers got answers for some common questions, and we are looking forward to seeing your companies grow. Once again, we are looking forward to host the Idaho Acute Care Business frequently. So thank you to the Home Care2Go platform for this opportunity for bringing awareness to our community regarding local healthcare businesses and leadership that our community can trust. You can see this recorded conversation of this on the Home Care2Go Facebook page, YouTube, and Periscope pages. Follow their pages on social media and download their app to get notified when we go live. Thank you all so much for today. We really appreciate it. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you so much.